All right, we made it. We're here on the 4Bidden tour of Turkey. It was a great trip. Turkish Airlines is actually amazing, right?
Actually, the seats were actually very comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable seats. I was able to lay flat out all the way. That's the big problem that I have. You were falling off. you were too small, I was too tall. I'm too tall. But on this flight, it was actually great because I could lay flat and my legs didn't have to be bent because there was enough leg room for a person of my length. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, we got here. We're on the 4Bidden tour of Turkey. We're in this nice Maybach Mercedes-Benz van. Everything over here is 10-star. When you come to Turkey or you come to Egypt or anywhere you come with us, we give you the VIP treatment. You're gonna get the 4Bidden Knowledge VIP treatment. Everything is first class. Hotels are 5 stars. The food is great. Everything is good because we want to give you the best experience we could possibly give you. And this is just the beginning of the 4Bidden tour of Turkey. Any expectations on this trip?
I just think that this trip is going to be one of the best. We have a lot of repeat people that have been on other tours with us, which I think is phenomenal because then you can actually get very close to the people. You can create lifelong relationships. And I mean, we already have probably a third of our Egypt tour last year booking Peru next year. So we have probably 80% of this tour is repeat people and 20% is going to be brand new people that we get to meet. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to meet back up with our 4Bidden family out in Turkey.
Right. And we both get to explore Turkey together for the first time.
Yes, which is also exciting because Billy's been all over the place. So,
so this is great. New experiences that we can share together.
Yep.
So we'll see y'all on the 4Bidden tour soon.
Over here is Asia. This is the Europe, and this is Turkey. So we get to see 3 totally different, what is it, continents?
2 continents. So in Turkey, but we're split between 2 continents.
We're split between 2 continents,
See, we're here. So we get to see Europe and Asia. We're here. Here's Asia. Europe, Asia.
So what's your favorite dessert?
That's good.
Chocolate souffle is one of my favorite desserts, and it's hard to make. This one is made good. They bake it to perfection.
Who makes the best chocolate souffle?
You.
Who?
You.
Oh, okay.
All right, y'all. It's your girl Nina here. Yes, we're finally here in Turkey. We just got done eating dinner. It was pretty good. The lent soup was amazing. Salad was pretty good. Might be going on a vegetarian diet while I'm here just to be on the safe side until we gain more knowledge on the meat, just to be on the safe side. But so far, everything's great. Everyone's exhausted, so we're going to call it a night. So stay tuned for tomorrow for the meet and greet or a mini venture. Peace. Morning.
Hey, what's happening?
What's the plans for today, Billy?
Today is just eat a good breakfast, go to the gym and work out, maybe do a little bit of sightseeing and get ready for the meet and greet dinner on the 4Bidden tour of Turkey, day number 1.
So we're in Turkey right now and we just got here yesterday, but we always make sure that we work out everywhere we go, no matter if it's Egypt, no matter if it's Bora Bora, no matter if it's wherever we go in the world, we make sure to get our workouts because staying in shape and very fit is very important to us. And it also helps our energy while we're on tour and everything. I know it sounds kind of weird because we're already exercising on our tours, but we need to make sure that we get a little bit of resistance training as well so we can make sure to keep, gotta get them guns, the 4Bidden guns. But anyways, yeah. So we just make sure we stay in shape, stay fit, And fitness is like of top importance in my life, so, and Billy's life too. So yeah, we're about to get a workout in. Hey. What up, doe? We here in Turkey. It's like, not here. We going to eat.
We're gonna go eat. We're hungry.
We're going to Izka. Wait, hold on. Izaka Terrace.
Izaka. We're going Izaka. We're going to eat our food and we're going to have great time.
We're here. Yay.
So this hummus in Turkey is probably the best hummus I ever had in my life. Elizabeth don't agree,
It's good.
but baby,
The taste just to see.
what do you think?
I think it's good. It looks a little soapy, but it's all good. It's coconut milk foam, as Liz says, but I don't know. I like it. It tastes good to me.
First day of the 4Bidden tour of Turkey. It's going to be amazing. We got some new faces and we have some old faces, meaning some people that have come with us on previous tours and some people just touring with us for the very first time. So I can't wait to get down there and meet up with them and give them my 90-minute presentation, or our 90-minute presentation that's going to be between three of us, and then take them to a very nice dinner.
This location here, in my opinion, is so ancient that a lot of the things coming out of here tie directly into the cross. Some of the origins of the cross have been discovered here in Turkey. Matthew LaCroix, who I co-wrote a book with called The Epic of Humanity, he's actually been out here in Turkey for like about 60 days. I think he just got back home not too long ago. And he's coming back again with archaeologists and anthropologists and some other scientists because they're looking back into this origin story where it really points to a lot of the incredible things dealing with religion and spirituality seem to have also a huge base right here in Turkey. So we're going to get a chance to learn a lot, see a lot here. I'm looking forward to being part of the investigation here. So when we're out there in some of these locations, you'll see me doing some research. You'll be on site seeing how I get my data, how I actually get my information that makes it into my talks, lectures, podcasts, and docuseries, documentaries, and even eventually movies, because we're working on a big movie right now called Anderson. All right, so we'll be there and we'll be able to come on in. I was wondering where you were. This is another Egypt person from the past. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really exciting. And to look at the rock, to look at the structure, to look at the construction technique, to try to search for tool marks or evidence of how they may have, or hypothesis on how they may have done this, the time frames, the periods, all that's involved with this, to tie it to other ancient cultures. That's going to be the ultimate goal here. And so this, for me, as much as you, is an expedition. We're actually going out on a true expedition for research and investigation into finding out more about the history of the Anunnaki in this part of the world, Mesopotamia, the people, the culture, and how does it tie? How can we connect the dots to other civilizations of throughout Africa, Egypt, around the entire world, right? So you're going to be on a real expedition here. And we're not just going out here to sightsee. We're coming here to actually learn. That's the difference, okay? And I'm really excited about it. One thing I also like about the story that I dig into deeper and deeper with the Anunnaki, if you notice on my shirt, you'll see 3 races of people here. You see Caucasian, you see a black man, you see a blue. I really believe from a lot of the text and tablets that I've researched, even there's green and red, but I didn't have enough space on the poster. But we're dealing with potentially a multiracial group of beings, which is just incredible to me. It blows my mind because there's this big battle going on social media. The black people want them to be black. The white people want them to be white. Whatever. I'm like, listen, man, if you haven't read these tablets, and when you dig deep into this information, you're talking about all races. And there's no coincidence that on Earth you have all races. There's no coincidence that in ancient times, these people went around the planet and ruled over Atlantis, which was a global civilization in different parts of the world, and it ruled over people that looked like them in that region. In other words, you'll find that in the animal tablets, when Thoth tells the people to spread out, he tells his crew to spread out around the world and duplicate what they did in the land of Kemet. They go and they duplicate the same building technique, the same blueprint, the same structures, the same technology, stone technology, with different motif and artistic design on it, but utilizing the same technique leading back to one master architect. However, the people that they ruled over in those regions, on those continents, looked like the people that were ruling. There's no coincidence there. We're talking about genetic tinkering. And we're talking about the fact that people, in my opinion, after you look into the genetics, were designed to look like the people that ruled over them. They discovered something interesting in genetics. They discovered that there's a 2% variance in genes between different races of people. Now, historically, and in school, I was taught that my ancestors were dark because they were out in the fields of Africa a lot and the sun was bright and so they got dark. That's not really the case. I'm taught that Caucasian people were light and bright and white skinned because they were in the mountains all the time and it was icy. Not really the case. What really has happened is there seems to be a genetic mutation. They call it an artificial mutation. And when they say genetics artificial, that means they don't know how it happened. But it doesn't. They mean that through natural evolution, there's a huge probability that it wasn't through natural evolution, that it was done artificially at some point in some way that they can't explain. Now, there appears to be a 2% variance, and that 2% variance, they say, would take millions of years through natural evolution to happen to where we would separate into different races of people, Asian, indigenous Americans, Africans, and Caucasians, and so forth. Millions, but we've only been in for 200,000 years ago. Now, where does 200,000 years match up to? It matches up to the Sumerian tablets. According to these tablets, and Enuma specifically, we can track back the origins of the Homo sapiens sapien, which is our version, to be around 200,000 years ago. There's no coincidence that around 200,000 years ago, this artificial mutation also pops up into the genealogy table. And now here we are, right, this many years later, trying to figure this thing out. What's happened is we're all the human race, but there's been a slight variance. And this variance in now this is where my opinion comes in, is a brand. If you have a farm and you have cattle, right? And what does Farmer Jim do? He brands his cow. His cow goes walking down the street or crosses into another pasture. Everyone knows, well, that's Farmer Jim's cow. Let's get his cow back to him. I know it sounds kind of harsh saying it that way, but our races are a genetic brand. We're branded to look like the people that were our gods that ruled over us in that time, thousands and thousands of years ago. My personal opinion. This is and I'm adding my own hypothesis based on the genetics that have come out now, which are being taught in universities. And so if this is the case, and we can tie this into the Anunnaki, and we can tie in the text where they're talking about this guy was bright with red hair and blue eyes, and this person was black with blue eyes and blonde hair. They were really all mixed up. So this concept or this idea I'm trying to tear down is this superiority thing about who was what and where and what color they were, because they were all mixed. They were all multiracial beings. As a matter of fact, one being even marries a woman from another planet. So we're talking about a group of people, and according to the text and according to the artifacts, which I've collected myself, about 80 different artifacts, and the artifacts that I've studied and researched, they mostly point to the Pleiadian star system. So in the first episode of this TV series, I really focus heavily on Pleiades, the Pleiadian star cluster, which are 6 bright stars you can see on a clear, dark night. There's really 7 there, but the 7th star turned into a white dwarf, so you can't see with the naked eye. They ran out of fuel. But in that region of the sky, there's way more. There's thousands of stars beyond that. But in that section of the sky, there were actually planets orbiting these stars, and those planets, at that time that these people were talking about, actually had people living on them. There were sentient beings living in these planets, in these star systems. They had a major galactic war, and this war is talked about in the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Rig Veda, which talks about the Battle of the 10 Kings, which took place in space. We have the War of the Gods in the Greek text. We have the War of the Gods in the Bible. We have the War of God. Everywhere you look, there's these gods fighting in the sky. A lot of them in the Mahabharata talk about these beings that they had, these capabilities of flying and taking the complement of men to any planet. And one of the people in there really unleashed a weapon called the Brahma Honda Astra, which when it was released, you couldn't even return the weapon. There was no way to deactivate it or stop it. It would destroy planets. They said they could destroy any man on 3 worlds. So we're talking about machines or guns or something, or some type of a weapon that can destroy even planets. So when you're in that sector of the galaxy and planets are being destroyed in this great war, debris is flying around everywhere. All right. And if you're on a planet that's going to get hit by a piece of debris, it can destroy your entire civilization. So what do? You get in your, what they say, get in your skyship and forebode. That means get your spaceship and get the hell out of